having Spitballs. I shouldn't have said that. I can see some people smirking in the back already. We'd be in class, we'd get a straw, and you'd chew up that wad of paper, and when the teacher wasn't looking, you'd hit somebody right in the back of the head, and then all of a sudden you'd act like the perfect student, you know. And then they would be like, and then you hit them again, and we'd try and get them a few times. Hey, you cut it out! I didn't do nothing, I didn't do nothing. Sometimes you'd miss and it would hit the whiteboard or the chalkboard, and the teacher would be looking around, who did that? It says the devil's like that. He shoots his fiery darts at us when he thinks we're not looking. In 1 Peter it says the devil is like a lion. He's roaming, looking who he can devour. In 1 Corinthians it says that the weapons of our warfare, they're not physical. They're not brass knuckles and knives and guns. The weapons of our warfare are spiritual. They're thought patterns that attack us. Suddenly we feel depressed. Suddenly we feel discouraged. Suddenly we feel lazy. Suddenly we don't feel motivated. Suddenly we feel anxiety attacking us. How are we supposed to respond when there's surprise attacks that come upon us? He says, I don't want you to be ignorant of the schemes of the devil. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But what are we to do? We're to choose well. Look at verse 9. Moses says to Joshua, you choose the soldiers. You choose the lieutenants. There's a book that's a fairly old book. It's called A Century in Wayne County, Kentucky. And it talks about one particular family, the Macbeths. And there was two brothers, Anthony and William. And Anthony decided he was going to enlist in the Northern Army in the Union. And Anthony decided that he was going to go fight for the Confederacy. And the book culminates when both of them happened to come home after the war was over on the same day. And the brother that fought for the Union, he was victorious. And in his career, he had many victories. He was a private, then a sergeant, then a lieutenant, then a captain, then a commander. He had worked his way up. He was almost a general. He had owned land. He had got married. He had had children. He had been offered opportunities in the new government. He came back with a stack of money and property and a great life. And he just wanted to see his family and say, life is good to me. And a few hours later, his brother, who was fighting with the Confederacy, came back with tattered clothes, with a straw hat. And he came back with a wad of Confederate money that was worthless. And he was almost emaciated, so skinny. He said, I've been spending years in prison camps. I have nothing. I have no life. I have no children. I have no land. I have no prospect. I gave everything I could just to get back. I could maybe stay with my mom and dad for a little while. What a contrast. Two brothers in the same place, in the same roof, but one fought for the good guys and one fought for the bad guys. They both had courage. They both went out and marched and followed orders. But life really does come down to who you follow. You join a job, but really you're following a boss. You go to a school, but really you're enlisting with the teacher. You join a team, but really it's a lot up to the coach. Let's not be deceived. Nobody can serve two masters. Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. You will love one and you will hate the other. You can't serve God and money. Look at you guys here today in beautiful Southern California, Jurupa Valley, Rubino. You could be anywhere. But you chose to be here today because you say, I serve the Lord.